Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at the Transformers Legacy line. This is Core Class Generation 1 Shockwave. This is a figure that was able to pick up off of Amazon. Last time I checked, they are still available. And actually, this figure ended up shipping a lot sooner than expected. So if it's still available when you're watching this video, please go ahead and check it out. We're starting off in robot mode. Very nice looking figure. Ball joints in the shoulders and elbows, hips, knees, just a swivel at the head. The instructions do show that should these back panels open during removing from the packaging, they do just peg into the side here, but we'll get into that more with the transformation. Shockwave does come with one accessory, a little radar dish. Yes, it's not attached to the hand is separate, so there is that. There are actually there's like a blast peg here, the handle, port there at the back. I think you can attach something to the front here, and basically what that means is you do have some storage options. You can put the radar dish there on the front of that blaster. You can also, since it is compatible, put it on the front of Shockwave's blaster, giving him a longer weapon. We'll just put that off to the side for now. I know a lot of you are probably going to leave that in the packaging. One thing I do want to mention, as is the case with actually just noticed I had this mistransformed. We'll get into that in a second. But what I was going to say is the hips are just on the cusp of being that kind of loose. So there's that to keep in mind. And you might notice that you can get a double joint bend there, but that's for actually the front of the vehicle, space gun, popping up, so you may not want to do that. Let's get into the transformation, shall we? It's actually fairly easy and not that bad. First thing you want to do is go ahead, turn the figure around, and I do apologize for those who have a problem with me saying go ahead. Open up these back panels and swing them out. Next, what you want to do is bring the arms up. The instructions show you doing that first, and they also show you double hinging them on these joints. We're not going to do that right now, and I'm going to show you why. Because the next step is you want to flip up this back panel and bring it up and around. Just move the arms enough to clear those blasters. Now, what should be happening as you flip this up is the Shockwave's head should be going down. But it's a little tight, so what you got to do is give it a little push. And if you have the arms up all the way, your fingers won't fit in. So just push it down, at which point bring these arms up all the way. They will then peg at several points into that backpack. Make sure the head is down. That will bring up what is the bridge of the shuttle. Next, what you want to do is rotate the lower legs so the kneecaps are facing inward. We're now facing towards the back of the robot. And what we're going to do now is rotate the legs around that in such a manner. Oh, almost forgot the important step. That you want to rotate the waist forward on that hip piece right there. So the hip piece comes down, and then rotate the legs back. That's actually how I had it at the beginning, because I forgot to rotate it back. And what that will do will free up a groove section right where my thumb is, that as you rotate the legs around, there's a little notch that will slide into that, and then you peg the legs together, and there you go. And you actually have that like staged look to the shuttle. And the final step is you want to come in the back here, and there's this little hinge, like post piece, that will actually come down on an angle and will sit flat. And we just peg the dish in right there if you're using it. Just make sure you get it in all the way. And there you go. There's Shockwave in its space carrier mode. Oop. My backdrop isn't sitting as flush as I would like. We'll fix that in a second. Very nice. Looks like he has some extra missile pods right here. You have the radar dish right there. You do have those two lasers, and again, blast effect compatible. You do have the front here. Kind of looks a little like the old style of Shockwave's old G1 design. Now, the instructions for some reason talk about flipping this panel, this little post down all the way, so you can actually hold it like that and zhoosh your figure around. I mean, I don't see any other use for this post. I mean, I don't think it's meant for a figure to hold it now, would it? Maybe that's something we'll try in the next review. Yeah, maybe. Because I might have something coming. But yeah, so there's that. And you know what? For the sake of ease and giving you guys all the information. By the way, did I mention I'm trying out my new camera? So there's a good chance you'll never see this review if I can't figure out how to get this footage off my phone. So yeah, let's remove the radar dish. Let's go ahead and unpeg the legs here from the front. And there's a reason why we're doing the legs first as opposed to flipping up that leg panel, that stand piece. Rotate them at the knee, and again, make sure you fold the legs out like he's sitting, and then fold it in on that hip point, and make sure it pegs in all the way. And oh, I just kind of hit the cockpit right there, just making sure it pegs in just like so. There you go. I do notice that does help with the stability of the hips. Now, as I was starting to say, flipping in that post, it's on a tight enough joint that it actually starts to bring down this back panel, fold down the bridge of the shuttle, and flip up Shockwave's head. So go ahead and do all that. The head should pop into place. Flip that down, it will tab into sections behind the back. Go ahead and flip these panels back. There's a tab there, slot there that they will fit into. And then just bring the arms down, rotate them forward, and here you have Shockwave back in its robot mode. You can also, by the way, have them hold the satellite dish like that. There you go. And he's back in its robot mode. So that's about it. How about we pause and come back with my final thoughts. I think Shockwave is a fine core class figure and will go great with the other core figures that have already been released, including its brother Soundwave. I wonder if the radar dish was a little bit of that nod to, you know, the relationship between Shockwave and Soundwave. I would have liked to have seen a little more detail on the front of the shuttle mode, maybe like a pink, like a neon pink, sort of like the old clear plastic on the barrel of Shockwave's G1 blaster. I understand why they really couldn't do the lower legs in silver, because that would have broken up the color in robot mode. But all in all, I'm quite pleased with this figure, and I think it's a fun transformation. The satellite dish, there is a little bit of playability to it, but I'll be honest with you, if I would have this figure on display for a while, I would leave the satellite dish in the box. Well, as best as I could, seeing as how it's a cardboard tray with an open window and no place to secure the accessory. But that's my problem, not yours. As I said at the beginning, I got this figure off of Amazon, and last time I checked, it is still available and it's shipping now. So even if it says that it would be shipping at a later date, order it. You'll probably get it to ship sooner, because I also ordered G2 Megatron at the same time. Shockwave shipped first, and Megatron was originally coming on Monday, and now it's coming on Sunday, at least the Sunday of this recording. Well, that's about it. If you like this review, as always, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. That helps to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. The address is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you, help me to help you. Bring figures like Shockwave to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. I got a new phone to pay off. There's a little card here in the corner and a hyperlink in the description below. But as I always say, Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous sundae. You guys have been good to me for a very long time, and I will always appreciate that. So if you can't swing the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Well, that's about it. This is your old pal Chuck for Shockwave. We will see you next time. And now, try and figure out how to get this footage off of the phone.